is about a 15-minute walk from Beenleigh Station to Beenleigh Historical Village, which is where we're going today. I worked in Waterford for about 5.5 years. I drove through the roundabout to Main Street many hundreds of times and never realised that the first exit would take you directly to Beenleigh Historical Village. I wonder if you're allowed to go in these buildings. I suppose you must be. Okay, that one's closed for maintenance. Let's just have a wee look at the sign in there. Looks like there's a map. She gave me a map. Let's have a wee look. It's St George's Anglican Church. Apparently you can actually hire out the church and hire out parts of the village like the cafeteria and so on for events and weddings. So there you go. Beenleigh Centenary Cairn. Carter's boot and shoe repair shop. Let's have a wee look. I think there are 20 different buildings in the village. I'll take you through a few. There's also a really nice cafe and a lovely little art gallery. And it really does provide an insight into how Queenslanders lived not all that very long ago. I think it's a marvellous wee window into one small part of Australian history. Council Chambers. Built in 1910 for the Beenleigh Shire. And this one was closed too, so we'll skip forward. Now, I went to the cafe first, but I'm going to take you to the lockup first, or the watch house if you prefer, the old Coomera lockup, and we'll have a wee look inside and see what it was like to be done for drunk and disorderly back in the day. Stairs. They're high, those stairs, let me tell you. Oh, Jesus. First one's really high and the second one's not. I stubbed my toe, I dropped my coffee and I nearly fell. But we're in. I am reliably informed that a lot of the rural police stations still have these lockups, but they don't use them anymore for prisoners. They got ridiculously hot in the summer, but some of them still have these as historical buildings. They might use them for storage or just to keep them to have a wee look at. Right, now on to my favourite building apart from the coffee shop. Here. Oh, I love all these. These are gorgeous. Oh, look. And these tea sets. Oh. Look at tea towels on that. Mix master. All the little artefacts, they really do add to the authenticity of the place, I think. Apparently they used to sell nearly everything. Nice breeze coming through there. This is winter, by the way. We're doing something a wee bit different today. A wee bit educational, if you like. This is the Beenleigh Historical Village, which I have been meaning to visit for about, 15, 20 years. My kids are 28 and 25 and they were in primary when they went here, and I remember thinking, oh, that sounds really interesting. I'm finally here. And then I happened upon the back entrance to the shop later when I was still wandering around. I thought you couldn't get through here. Now, let's jump over to the cafe and the art gallery, and then I'll show you around Hec House, which is quite a posh Queenslander home. The cafeteria in the heart of the village was beautiful, very much in the Queenslander style, very much in keeping with the village. Apparently you can have events here. The young lady who ran the cafe was just lovely, and the almond latte I had was very nice, and it came to $6.60 Australian.
They're not the comfiest thing in the world, Chesterfields, but they are beautiful. I think that's a Chesterfield. I'll have to look it up, but they are beautiful. Oh yeah, we'll have a wee look. Thank you.
There was actually quite a lot to see in here. I'm going to speed things up because I have a feeling I was a bit slow. I meandered through here. What I know about art, you could write in the back of a postage stamp, so I'm just letting the pictures speak for themselves. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot, there was an old schoolroom. They had some of the equipment, the piano and a couple of things from the old school, and apparently there is a Queensland Amateur Cine Society as well. And before we head over to the machines and to Hec House, let's have a look at the old post office. And just as the mannequin made me jump out my skin, so did the noise. I don't know if it was motion activated or because I know there was cameras around the place if they turned it on when they saw me coming, but I did nearly jump out my skin.
Oh, good Lord. You trying to kill me with this fight of my life. Remember when stamps were cheap? This has been I'm really enjoying this. There's a lot to see here. It's well worth it for $12. Oh, that was we had one like that. I'm now historical, it turns out. And I have typed on machines very similar to that. A switchboard, Beamley Exchange. This is Rosemary, your friendly operator. Love this. Might have been a better time, to be honest. You can get hold of people straight away. And we weren't all slaves to our mobile devices. I actually worked in a VDU when I was at Taggart and Guy long ago. The Canadians try and claim Alexander Graham Bell for their own, but he was Scottish. He was all grown up. He was an adult man by the time he emigrated there. Mind you, when you think of the bother that the telephone has caused, maybe we should give them credit. Now, I'm back towards the front of the village here, but over on the left. There's a whole bunch of machines, and then there's Hec House, and there's a wee cottage that we are going to have a look at. Walking back through here, if you go straight ahead and on the left there is the demountable, that is the reception. And we're just going to go and have a wee look at two more cottages before we go. Hec House. Ooh. Hec House. Did we got that? Oh, heck we did.
According to the plaque at the front, this is half of the original house. After flood damage, they moved half of it to higher ground and left the other half as a barn. It's a bit rustic for my tastes, but you know, they probably built it themselves. It's
It's pretty amazing, really, when you consider the skills that people had back in the day. Ooh. Imagine the pride they had in their nice things, though. It's a posh house, isn't it? Let's go up and have a look. I'm guessing that's a stair lift. Right there. As I make my somewhat painful way up the steps with my slightly jiggered left knee, and then have a wee wander through Hec House. This is a beautiful house. I do love a Queenslander. Honestly, I would live in this house in a heartbeat. Mind you, these days we're used to insulation and air conditioning, but still, isn't it lovely? The Lord of the Manor, as it were. Very 70s looking, that painting. You can only imagine the pride they would have had in this lovely home, the gatherings and the parties. You can almost hear the laughter. There was a workman in Hec House when I was there, and like everyone else in the village, all the workers and volunteers, he was really pleasant and welcoming. And then it was back to Beenleigh train station and home for me. So, I hope you've enjoyed your wee wander around Beenleigh Historical Village. Thanks very much for coming with me, and haste you back.